Thank you, Norma. You are an inspiration to others. As we have heard, the Foundation funds leading-edge health research here at the University of Saskatchewan and the University of Regina. We are very pleased to welcome Dr. Phyllis Patterson to talk about her work and about how valuable every dollar is that we raise to support research in our province. Dr. Patterson?
Hello. I'm pleased to have this invitation to say a few words on behalf of the researchers. I've been fortunate to receive research funding from the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Saskatchewan since about 1998. My lab has been testing the idea that a person in poor nutritional health at the time of a stroke and afterwards might be less likely to have a good recovery after the stroke. And our goal is to see this translated into new ways of providing nutritional care for a patient after they have a stroke. I thought it would be interesting for you, though, if I gave you a snapshot of some of the other research projects that are funded by the Foundation, because they're quite variable. Dr. Linda Hebert is studying a less painful, less costly way of giving heparin. That's a drug needed for preventing heart attack and stroke. Dr. Walls works on what we call silent strokes. That's a stroke that can silently do brain damage, but without giving any symptoms or warning. He studies how the cells that are nourishing the brain cells are involved, and he's hoping to find ways to prevent memory loss that can happen after that kind of a stroke. Dr. Meng wants to know how high sugar diets cause diabetes and atherosclerosis. That's also called narrowing of the arteries. And that's a common problem, as you know, that puts a person at risk for a heart attack or a stroke. He wants to learn how to prevent those diseases. Dr. Prasad is also studying in the prevention area. He wants to slow down the narrowing of arteries, but in this case with dietary flaxseed. Dr. Desang studies ways of stimulating a specific protein in the body that would work against diabetes. And that's important because it's a way to prevent high blood pressure, which is a common problem. Dr. Kiev is studying something called adenosine. It normally protects the brain cells, but his group is trying to learn why, if it builds up after a stroke, that would contribute to brain damage, and in hopes of coming up with different treatment for a stroke. Just about done. Dr. Fisher is learning how brain nerve cells notice changes in the saltiness of the blood and how that affects the amount of water that gets excreted by the kidneys. And that's important because it would help us understand high blood pressure better. And as you know, that's a really common problem in Saskatchewan and throughout Canada and really North America. And finally, Dr. Sharma is studying proteins that are involved in restoring or nourishing heart tissue to help design ways to prevent and treat heart conditions. So you can see that there's quite a variety there, and you can see, although we have ways to treat and prevent heart disease and stroke, we do need better ways and more ways, and that's really the job of the researchers in our labs. The Heart and Stroke Foundation of Saskatchewan also funds programs to train students to learn how to do research. And this this experience can often be the spark that will set a student off on the track of learning to become a researcher, hopefully evolving then into a new heart and stroke researcher. So to conclude, I'd certainly like to personally thank the Heart and Stroke Foundation for the funding that they've provided for our research. In fact, the majority of the research funds raised here in Saskatchewan are used to support research in Saskatchewan, which is really exciting. $900,000 will be awarded by the Foundation this year to support research. Finally, I know there are donors and volunteers in the audience, and thanks to each one of you for your role in making heart and stroke research happen in Saskatchewan. Thank you.